Hey love, so I decided to come on and do a video so that you can do it at your own pace and that you'll have it so you can rewatch it and everything. We're gonna have our eyebrow brush, our eye pencil, um, like a straight edge brush, um, and our concealer. I use NARS. It blends so easily. We're gonna start off by brushing our brows. I brush the heck out of my brows like all the time. Okay. We're then gonna come in and go above the top as straight as possible. We're gonna take our brush, brush that in. I could barely see the lines. I'm gonna go back in. And blend it again. And we come down here. We outline our brow. And then we connect them. Like so. And then we come back in and we blend that. And then we are coming in with our concealer. And for this, we need that flat edge brush here. And then right at the bottom. And depending on how I do my shadow, sometimes I do blend it down some. Get your brush, your straight edge brush, and blend it down towards your eyelid. Normally I don't go all the way up to my brow with my makeup, my eye shadow, but it really just depends on what look I'm going for that day. You just want to zab it in. And see how evenly that's blended. I'm gonna come back in with our brush. We're gonna brush up. To blend that concealer right in. Now, when we do our concealer at the top, just want to do that straight edge. So I'm going to, matter of fact, I'm going to do it with my brush. Just going to get some of that concealer on my brush and go in above my brow. And once again, we are blending. And when we go to color in, you want to start real light for your brow. Okay. I'm actually gonna sharpen my pencil a bit. I like these pencils because it has like the eraser at the bottom. This is by Rimmel London. And it has the little pencil sharpener at the bottom too. So I'm just gonna go ahead and sharpen it a little bit. Because you want your lines to be defined as possible. It's not the sharpest, but it's better than what I started with. So you want to come in lightly and just do an upward. I kind of like to give mine some type of definition. So I'll do the peak. And then I'll do that sharp down. Again, I'll come up to the peak. And then I go down. And get that out as thin as possible. And then you just color them in. I'm going to come back in with my concealer. So I want this to be a little bit sharper than what it is. Okay, so I'm coming back in with my pencil. And I'm going to do that thin than fade. Okay? Now, I'm loving the shape, loving the shape. But I want to define them a little bit more. So I'm coming back in with my concealer. I'm getting it on my flat edge brush. And just cleaning them up. Until you are, even if you were like a master at your makeup, no brow is really going to be the same as the other brow. But you do want to get them as close as possible. Text message, I'll text her later. So that's my one brow. It has a little attitude, a little definition. Okay, and I'm going to come around. I'm going to do the same with the other one. If you want, you can always lightly come in and do small strokes. So about right there. So okay, that's a better light. So you see how I brought my brow over just a little closer? Because when we do that other brow, we're going to try and bring it a little bit closer. So we're going to go in with our brush again. I'm going to brush the other brow. Okay. I'm going to go in with our pencil. Nice and light. As straight as possible. Like I said, I'll do that little peak. Add a little bit of definition. I think my brows are so boring. So, right on down. About there. So you're going to come on the top, do the same thing. Straight as you can. You got that peak. And then we're going to bring it down. And match it with the other one. I should have brought my clips up for my hair. I'm gonna bring it right down to meet the other one. Right above your lash. I'm sorry, your brow. Okay. Okay. That's about even to the other brow. Okay. And so you want to get your concealer on your flat brush. And you can, dab it with the tool that's provided. I just think I get like a straighter edge this way. You want to come down with it. And blend it. Okay. I'm going back in with the concealer for the top. Trying to get as straight and as neat as possible. Let's hit my brush again. That was my mistake. So I'm coming back in with my pencil. And fix that. You want it as straight as possible. Okay, and then I'm gonna blend it. See with my concealer, going up, going up, going up. Love you too, honey. You don't have to close that. I know, I'm just filling it up. Get that defined brow over there. I'll blend that better in a minute. You just want to get your brow brush and brush up so you can get rid of those defined lines. Blend it, baby, blend it. And blend it down. That way you have your shape for you to color them in. Starting light at first and not being too heavy-handed along the way. We're coming in with our pencil. We're going to do strokes up. Nice and light. And I always do lines because it's more of a natural look. It goes with your eyebrows after you brush them up. And so, come in. I think I am going to bring this one in a little bit more. Just lightly. Like I'm barely touching my face. Now you see how defined this one is? That's where that concealer come in play. So we're going to go back in with our concealer. And we're going to straighten that baby up. Okay. And now we just finishing to blend out that concealer. I should have brought my other brush, but it's okay. And you could go back along that brow and get it to where you want it. And same with if you want to define underneath a little bit more. Just come in with your flat edge brush. And define that baby out. So I like mine with a little oomph to it. I like this brow better. But I'm not too off with this one. I think I just have to define it more up in here. Get my pen. A little bit more concealer. Got a little bit more concealer. And just fix that the beginning of this brow. The concealer really helps define that shape that you want. So that is our completed look. I still have to work on this one though. Let me see. I'm just dabbing it. So take away some of that bluntness in the front. But you see it's still fading as a brow. That's what we want. Okay. And there we go. Those are our brows. Let me know if you have any questions for me. I'll be here to answer, honey. I still like this brow better. At this point, I'm not really brushing. I'm just tapping it into place. There we go. Are you calling me? For what, honey? Okay. All right, love. Here's your video. If you have any questions for me, go ahead and send me a message. I'm here to help. Talk to you soon.